Skills building. Employability trainers Moses and Reena.
As you all know, any job would require certain skills like communication, computers, etc. But there are other skills which are required for any job. Like we call them, as
general employability skills. For example, quality, work procedure and discipline, work ethics,
professional etiquette,
job preparation,
or common sense, etc. In this example, we will show you how skills are built. The example that we are using is of analytical skills.
Visually impaired employability trainer Moses in session with visually impaired students.
Let's actually, analyze the chair that you are sitting on. Plastic chair.
Chair.
Yes, let us see. It's very simple, right?
Yeah.
Chair. Let us see how it helps. What you need to do is, you need to give me advantages of the chair that you are sitting on and the disadvantages of the chair that you are sitting on today. First, let's start with advantages.
Oh, fine, sir.
Okay. Yes.
Sir, I will tell.
Yes.
First point is that it will not hurt anyone.
Yes, excellent point, because it's not as heavy as some wooden chair, or it's not as sharp as the iron chair or something which will hurt people, right? Very good point, Ram.
Chair is just in weight.
Oh.
You can take anywhere.
Yes, it's portable.
To other room.
Yes, you can easily shift it, so there is no problem. You don't need to call somebody to move it and all. Yes. Yes, Ashwini, you were saying something?
The other main advantage of this plastic chair is it doesn't make much noise when compared to this iron chairs and all.
Yes, iron or wooden or what.
Wooden or what.
Yeah, especially in the office environment where everybody works, you can't disturb people.
Correct.
What, Manasa, you don't talk today? Okay, you are thinking. Okay. Yes, Nurjahan.
It's affordable, sir, actually.
Wow.
Yeah, it's less cost. People can buy.
It's low cost. Yes, it's affordable, right? Anybody can buy. Yes, very good. Yes, Manasa, still you don't talk today?
No, sir. I think this chair is like my friend.
What? It's like a friend. I did not understand, but I'm sure you must have. Some point. Can you just explain? Maybe you think it gives you comfort, like your friend, is it?
Yeah.
I think
by sitting it's very comfortable.
Yeah, that's true. Some chairs when we sit, especially when you are tired after training session, when you go back and sit in the chair, maybe it's like your friend. It gives comfort to you, and good point. You also need to explain little bit so that I will understand. Okay, so good. So we got in short span of time very good advantages, right?
Yes, sir.
Can you all tell me what are the disadvantages of this chair then?
So when it compared to the wheelchairs and all, no,
Yes.
it won't move. If we want to turn like this, we can't turn. We have to turn the whole chair.
Yes.
We can't
You can't
turn.
rotate.
Rotate.
Yes.
That's what.
Yes.
The
Very good.
plastic chair makes noise, sir, when we move to other things.
Yes.
And by the time wheelchair will not.
Wheelchair doesn't make noise that way. Yeah, it doesn't. It does disturb, a little bit.
Main important disadvantage of this plastic chair is many of our visually impaired friends are losing jobs because of these plastic chairs. Because many of our visually impaired are working as weaving this wired chairs, what we call as wired chairs.
Chair making. Excellent point, right? I have not thought about this point at all, Ashwini. You have given a very good point. So, what have we done right now? We in sports, very short span of time, we got many points. How did you do this actually? How could we come up with so many points?
The main factors you have given us complete liberty to think about enough. Yeah, free. When if at all the mind is free, you can easily think about it because you'll not be stressed out, right?
Okay, very good. So therefore you are free to think, right? You are free to think. You are not forced. One of the things that the key takeaways from the today's session is that when you are free, you can think better.
When we are thinking,
Yes.
the analytical skill will improve our memory.
Excellent. Yes. So today's session is all about analytical skills. In fact, yes. The more and more you think, your brain gets developed to think, right? Very good. Okay. Thanks a lot.
Thank you, sir.
If you observe, I was not really comfortable with what Manasa spoke, but it was very important to not to judge the learner. Therefore, I did not judge her and I asked her like a seeker, can you explain what you meant by that? then that has opened up her. That therefore she could spoke 2 or 3 sentences, said, oh yeah, I felt chair because my friend, because always it gives comfort, so on and so forth. So it's always important to open up the learner's mind by not judging. And it's also important to keep the humor alive, because it's not just about you make them to think about something like a chair monotonous. It's also about take their point and keep the session humor natural and keep the humor alive. They get participate.
Former student Rizwan, who is visually impaired, talks about how the chair session helped his brain switch on.
चेयर एक्सरसाइज करने से बहुत कुछ हम लोगों को एक सोचने के लिए बहुत कुछ अपॉर्चुनिटी मिल गई मेरे को. वो चेयर ये चेयर किस लिए यूज होता है यार, मेरे को कुछ भी पता नहीं. चेयर हम लोग बैठते हैं ना, चेयर बैठने से सिर्फ चेयर बैठते हैं और क्या कर सकते हैं चेयर से. जब दिमाग कुछ दौड़ने लगा हमारा, जब दौड़ने लगा ना, जब ऐसा स्विच माइंड का स्विच ऑन करते हैं, जब भी वो ऑन होएगा माइंड. अभी तो बहुत कुछ दौड़ने लगा. मैं दूसरे लोगों को भी अब यही टॉपिक लेके दूसरी जगह भी यही ट्रेनिंग करता हूँ.
Venkatesh Prabhu, former student with hearing impairment.
I learned to analyze and enable India training and learned different levels. I kept all my learnings in a learning bank. When I went to company, it was easy for me to understand and analyze. All the hearing people asked, "You're deaf and newly joined. How are you working so well?" I said, "You're all taking more time, but I'm working fast." They asked how. I showed my learning bank and others were surprised.
Shanti Raghavan with employability trainers Moses and Reena.
When you see some of the modules in the training manual, you might wonder why this kind of skills building is required. I'll take the example of work procedure. A lot of times people don't understand why it is important. In fact, I'll give you an example. We have one very simple worksheet that the student has to do, where we have a company like Big Bazaar. We call it Big Sagar, okay? Yeah. So it's like a big mall or whatever you call it, So Big Sagar, where you can buy a lot of things. And we are saying you are a customer attendant, in row number 1, you get beauty products. And in row number 2, you get toilet items or something like that. And already the student is thinking, I'm going to go for IT job, I'm going to go for a packer job, I'm going to go for telecaller. Why am I looking at this? And then the question that is asked to them, which already they're getting irritated maybe to answer this, we ask, a customer comes to you and says, where will I find, Lux soap or something like that? What will your answer be? Already the student is like, yeah, ये क्या question है? What is this? Hello, I finished BCom, I finished MBA and all that, and you're asking me such a silly question. So I'll ask you that question. Where will soap, Lux soap be available? Will it be in row 1 or row 2? Now you might say Lux soap is a beauty item, so therefore it is in row 1. Or somebody else might say it is in row number 2 because it is a toilet item. So what is the real answer? Actually, we don't know. Because soap can be considered a beauty item or a toilet item. So, as a customer service attendant, maybe you need to go to your team leader and ask him, what do you consider it? Do you consider it a beauty item or a soap item? What did I call it? Toilet item, right? So, the answer lies there. So, the truth is that when you are working in a company, you can't make assumptions, and then you need to follow the procedure. How do we make students understand that? Frankly, how do we make ourselves understand that? You may be making a lot of assumptions in your work as a trainer. So we do this by giving simple examples like this Big Sagar. It is really irritating to do it. Even I hate to do it, right? But with that, the student observes, oh my God, yeah, I made an assumption. Yeah, I thought this. And that's when they learn. Then we give them a bigger assignment and then they're able to do it really well.
Don't worry if students take time to understand and build these skills. One of the sessions about quality, right? As Shanti said, when we give this worksheet, already students were feeling, why this, it's very silly example and things like that, and they did not do the worksheet well. But when we give example of what is the impact of having that particular skill, that makes difference. I think, Reena, you have an example, right?
Yeah, we have in the flash also that example.
Yeah.
Gopu runs Xerox shop, very small Xerox shop.
Okay.
So he'll get his electricity bill, he'll go to electricity board and he'll pay the bill. So after next day, the electricity department people will come and cut this GoPo's power. Then GoPo's wonders, what happened? I paid electricity bill, but why they came? Then we will show in the background that when GoPo paid electricity bill, that time that account person did mistake in his number. So because of that small data entry, because of that small mistake, GoPo has to lose one day business. And when we do this with the drama and all, now you have to see it's really nice.
Skills building methodology is as follows. First, you give this worksheet or some exercise where the candidate gets to do some kind of action. After which they get a chance to observe themselves and then they analyze what went wrong, what am I supposed to learn, etc. Then they do action again, because now from their analysis they have learned something and then they do the action again. When they do this repeatedly, they are actually able to keep improving, and once they get this cycle, they will continue this hopefully for their life.